back in time to the tumultuous era of the late 1960s, where the echoes of peace and love clashed violently with the chilling reality of one of the most infamous crimes in history. Join us on a riveting journey as we unravel the enigma behind the Tate-LaBianca murders of 1969, a haunting tale that continues to captivate minds and spark debates decades later. Brace yourself for a gripping exploration of mystery, intrigue, and the dark underbelly of an era marked by rebellion and chaos. The Tate-LaBianca murders, a series of gruesome killings that took place in August 1969, were a defining moment in American history. The murders, which resulted in the deaths of 7 people, were committed by members of the Manson family, a cult led by Charles Manson. The first set of murders took place on August 8, 1969, at the home of actress Sharon Tate and her husband, director Roman Polanski. Tate, who was 8.5 months pregnant, was killed along with 4 other people, including coffee heiress Abigail Folger and her lover, Wojtek Frykowski. The second set of murders took place the following night, August 9th, at the home of grocery store executive Cielo LaBianca and his wife Rosemary. The killings were brutal and horrific, with many of the victims receiving multiple stab wounds. The Tate murders, in particular, were shocking due to the brutality of the attacks and the fact that Tate was pregnant. The investigation into the murders was initially baffling, with detectives convinced that a drug transaction was the likely trigger for the Tate murders. However, in October 1969, various members of the Manson cult were arrested at their base, Spawn Ranch in Death Valley, accused of stealing vehicles and burning equipment. One of those arrested implicated Atkins in an earlier murder, and Atkins, while jailed, boasted to cellmates of the Tate murders. The trial, which combined the Tate and LaBianca murders, began in June 1970, with Kasabian, who had been granted immunity, as the main prosecution witness. Despite frequent disruptions, Manson, Atkins, Van Houten, and Krenwinkel were found guilty in January 1971. Watson was tried and convicted later that year. All received the death penalty, but the sentences were commuted to life in prison after California abolished capital punishment in 1972. The Tate-LaBianca murders had a profound impact on American society, highlighting the dangers of cults and the need for better law enforcement. The murders also sparked a cultural narrative that the killings happened out of nowhere, with Manson's followers simply erupting into violence. However, the truth is that the murders were carefully planned and executed, with Manson directing his followers to commit the crimes as part of his helter-skelter plan. In conclusion, the Tate-LaBianca murders were a tragic and horrific event in American history. The brutal killings of 7 people, including a pregnant woman, shocked the nation and highlighted the dangers of cults and the need for better law enforcement. The investigation and trial that followed were complex and baffling, but ultimately led to the conviction of those responsible for the murders. The legacy of the Tate-LaBianca murders continues to be felt today, serving as a reminder of the dangers of unchecked violence and the importance of holding those responsible accountable for their actions. And if you're hungry for more captivating tales from the past, stay tuned for our next video on the Patty Hearst kidnapping, 1974. Prepare to be drawn into another gripping narrative from the annals of history.